Look at that sunrise. A little dewy this morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday. Here it is, 6:30. Going to set water. We've got field work needs done. We've got corn that needs planted. We got corn that needs sprayed. And silage harvest starts today. We've got 3 days to get a whole bunch done because I believe it's Thursday, the weather cools off, rain showers come back. This is going to be a long 3 days. First thing we got to do, send the water back down to the oats. You remember the oats? Last video. I think that was last video. I don't know. They all kind of blend together. I guess the majority of it going that way. A little bit going in the pond. Isn't going to hurt anything. Man, if I had to shovel like that a couple times a day, it'd be 100 pounds lighter. Whew. So this ditch has a low spot right here. That as you kind of push the water to the end, the sand will settle right here. So that's what all that is built up on the other side is. Silt that settles out, and then we have to kind of dig out the ditch every year. Oh, every time we want to irrigate. Oh, yeah. Do that 4 times a day, I'd lose 100 pounds. I'd need 2 new shoulders, but I'd be skinny. Seed tender is hooked up, ready to go. Planter is already here. There's a field we got to plant. Now who wants to talk to me? See how much seed we got. I should be about empty. Huh. Oh, damn. So I'm going to plant for 10 minutes and then be out of seed. Cool. Oh, the joys of dealing with this planter. Today it decided it didn't want to be a planter. So, cycle the power, try it again. Almost made it all the way around the field. I'll be damned if I didn't run out right where the pickup is. Time to reload. Cameron is officially a certified corn planter. I'm sure there's a million things I forgot to tell him, but he's moving. And that is a very weird feeling. I've been the guy running that since we bought that planter, which I started planting long before that one. But we bought that machine 2015. I'm the only one who's ran it. I don't know. It's just weird having somebody else do it. But no other choice. I was gonna go start getting the chopper ready, but then Big Tuna just said, why don't you mix up a load of spray? So I guess I'm gonna spray. Shit, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Well, look at that. The little feller got it done and folded. Just in time too, because I got about 3 passes left in this rough one and I'll be spraying it. So this is first crop under this pivot. This is one of the wrecked machines from last year. They salvaged enough together, put up a new little one. So we got this little 5-tower guy. Worked out about perfect. Cam was leaving the field as I pulled in. Got it 3/4 done. Leave the rest of the spray on to spray either this evening or tomorrow morning where he's headed now. And I'll go see how the chopping's going. Field number 1, done. About 50 or so acres. Now let's jump across the road to do the next 50 acres. We have officially welcomed the new truck to the fleet. Load number 3, and it's stuck in the one little muddy spot there is. Sitting here waiting on trucks. Thought I'd go over a few things. Trying to get used to the, oh, hold the camera upright. Trying to get used to the dual monitor setup. I need to spend some time seeing what all I can actually get on here versus on here, because right now that's got my camera, my guidance, and all my Harvest Lab info. And I'd like to be able to put something of that down here, because I don't need to stare at that all day. And there's the rear view camera. Moisture, bumping a little green. It is what it is whenever you're kind of just following one swather. You tend to get caught up really quick. Sounds like we're going to do a little bouncing around this afternoon, so it should make things a little easier. I have not decided if I like the brow or not. It's really hard to get used to because when you're looking here through non-tint, this just, your eyesight makes that completely blacked out. You actually have to physically look through it to see. It's like a weird optical illusion trying to get used to. I don't know. What do you guys think? Unibrow's good? Bad? What do you think? Okay, I know we got a bunch of new people subscribed to this channel since last year when we were chopping. This is called silage. If you didn't know, basically you chop the entire crop. So this is wheat that they're swathing into these windrows. If you would leave it, it would eventually turn into grain and you'd combine it. So you chop it at a higher moisture, take the entire crop instead of just the kernels, and then you pack it into a pit. It's really good roughage for cattle. Where we are at in southeast Colorado, our irrigation system set up the way that it is, we can grow great forage. We struggle with grain because we don't have enough late summer water to finish off corn, but we can really grow it to a certain point. Then, with a ton of cattle out here on the plains, forage is in high demand because, like a grow yard like we have, where you buy them at 500 pounds and get them up to 800-900 pounds, roughage is going to be 50% of the ration. Now a finish yard like we're taking to now, a big JBS lot that's going to buy them at that 800-900 pounds and feed them till fruition, they back off quite a bit because they feed more corn, because that's what adds more fat in there, so that way everything's a little more tender, makes steaks and burgers more delicious. They don't feed as much, but they still feed it as a pretty high percentage. So because we do so much forage stuff, we're not like a traditional farm like you'd see in the Midwest, where it comes springtime, you plant corn and beans, then you have a lot of little odd jobs throughout the summer, spraying, taking care of the crops, and then in the fall, you got your other big crunch of harvest and tillage, or no-till, depending on which side of the aisle you're on there. And then wintertime, you do all your maintenance stuff. Ours is just kind of a complicated web, would be the easiest way. So we have spring planting and spring harvest. We'll have a fall planting and fall harvest. So it's a whole different dynamic than just the traditional farm that you think of. That's what kind of makes it fun for us. But when it comes to spring work, you got 4 different bottlenecks, and they're all a pain in the ass. First one, swather. So, he's going through, swathing this down, putting it into windrows. What that'll do is the crop will then start to dry down. We leave it a certain amount of time and get that moisture just perfect. This stuff was actually starting to dry up a little bit. We're running right on the top limit of dry, getting into green a little, but it's at a tolerable level. Because swathing is part of the harvest that you get paid for. Every farmer around here has a swather. They want to swath their own crop because they want that money. Can't blame them. Now you go over into western Kansas and the panhandles, the chopper crews run their own swather crew with a lot of them. There's also guys that just do custom swathing. But that enables them to move a little quicker because you'll have more. Around here, every farmer has a swather. There's a couple that have 2, but basically everyone has 1 swather. So that becomes the first bottleneck. Second bottleneck is the merger. The tractor over, where's he at on the lanes? Over there, in that area. He's moving the windrows to make a bigger windrow for us so we can be more efficient pass to pass with these machines. That can become another bottleneck because sometimes if you're tripping over each other, it just can become a headache. I really like it when he gets out ahead of us like he is right now. But before we started this field, we sat on the side of the road for half an hour just talking with the truckers, letting them get that head start. Third bottleneck, the header. So, the header is the weak point of the chopper on spring harvest. This one is immensely better than the last series we had with the old machines. Since we went to these newer machines and they came out with a new header, it actually holds up really, really well. And then the fourth bottleneck is trucks. And the fact that I'm standing here holding the camera talking to you for about 2 minutes now, it looks like. Tells you I'm sitting here waiting on trucks. I need to clean that back window. Hey, I can see my first one coming back. He's about 3 miles away. It's kind of the nice part about out here on the flat ground. You can see how far away the next truck is. But last year, we had more trucks than we knew what to do with. We've already cut more loads off of this field, and it's about 35 acres. It's a quarter circle. We've already cut more loads off of this field in just this little bit than we would have done on most half circles last year. So double the acres, and it would have been less loads than we've already done, and I'd say we're about half done with this one because the drought was so bad a year ago. So last year we had too many trucks. This year we don't have enough, but going clear back to what I was saying about swathing and being on the edge of green, it allows us to sit and dry for another 15 minutes. Just like that, we are done with this field. And this is why I really like this in our area, because it's May 29th. Yeah, 29th today. By dark, they could have another crop in here. The pivot's running. They could be irrigating up the next crop already. That's why I really like silage. That quick turnaround when water is so crucial out here. Now for the 8-9 mile drive home. Oh yay, back to this. At least I don't have as much sand to shovel down here. What fun, what fun. Much easier than this morning. Much, much easier. Half of it set itself. Check it out, guys. Don't look at that strip. Look over there. We got corn out of the ground. This is awesome. This is aggravation of GPS constantly failing. But whatever. That's a problem for a different day. Corn is up. Wheat is looking beautiful. Check this out. It's my wife and I's anniversary today. 13 years because we're nuts. Whatever. Hector calls her and says, "Hey, are you going to bake us all brownies for your anniversary?" That crazy woman did it. The pan is almost empty from the guys at the shop. She makes really good snacks, as you can tell. Either way, thought that was funny. Look at this little overachiever go. I mean, just look at him. He'll be done here in less than an hour. Awesome. Now I got about 2 full loads to spray tomorrow. Should work out easy. And there's where he's at. So he's, oh hell. He'll be done here in less than an hour. Alright, well, he works. I'm gonna go home, have a beer, take a shower. Peace out.